Our desires don't always match up with God's desires for us. In fact, the way that this world works, we have messages blasted at us all the time, nonstop. You jump online, you see a YouTube video that you want to watch, you pull it up, and what happens? You get that ad. And you got to sit there and watch it for 5 to 10 seconds before you can click skip. And it's amazing how in that 5 to 10 seconds, all of a sudden you're like, I might want to buy that. That might be pretty cool. The other day I said to my wife, I need a new belt. My belt's starting to fall apart. And my phone suddenly blew up with all kinds of advertisements for shirts and pants and socks and underwear and hats and jackets. They just didn't show me any belts. I was like, well, that was disappointing. But the media, the messaging, the pressures, it all creates this disorienting experience in which the desires of our hearts can be distorted and twisted into self-serving and even destructive desires and choices. But here's the thing. Jesus wants to cut through all the confusion, cut through all the distortions to clarify our desires and to align them to His. And by asking what we want, Jesus is asking us to be honest about our desires and to compare them to His. Compare them to God's as His followers and make sure that they align together. John's followers were pushed to do this right from the beginning. Those two said, I'm going to track with Jesus. I'm going to walk with you. And Jesus said, what do you want? Because if you're going to follow me, your desires have to match the desires of God. If you want your own desires to come to fruition, then guess what? Following Jesus and being a disciple is probably not where you need to be. But if you're willing to allow Jesus to reshape and transform the desires of your heart, to align them to His, then you're right where you need to be when you are following Jesus. You see, a first major step in being a disciple of Christ is a transformation of what we want. Taking what we want and matching it to what God desires. Not just for us in our lives, but what God desires in this world and for our neighbors.